If you are a regular viewer of the Daniel Drives YouTube channel, you'll remember that about a month ago I sat in this very spot in the boot of our family car, a 2010 Renault Scenic in metallic bronze, but trust me, it's brown, as I said. And I told you all the story about how it was involved in a bit of an accident. So last Friday, my mum was making her merry way to work in this car, as she has been doing every morning since this car actually arrived in our household in 2014. So long story short, if you haven't watched the video, you can go watch it now. But if you haven't watched it and sort of can't be bothered, long story short, a VW Transporter in bright orange drove into the back of it. So this car got taken away in the back of a lorry. We got a courtesy car, free of charge, more on that later. And yeah, the car got repaired over Christmas time and throughout January. This car is now back, the courtesy car is now back at Enterprise, and let me just tell you about the story. So let's rewind a bit now to about I think it was the 23rd of December time or something like that. I might be wrong, I'll put a timestamp in, of when this car was being taken away. I'm Daniel Achterhuis, and you are watching Daniel Drives. Okay, so the day's finally arrived. It's the 23rd of December now, and it's just past 9 AM in the morning. And the truck is on its way to collect the car for maybe the last time. We honestly do not know. Really, it all depends on how the investigation goes, and we just don't know how well that's going to go at all. If it is just a crash bar, I'm sure that can be replaced, but it's what else has been damaged that really matters. So really, we've got to wait and see. But yeah, our proud courtesy car, Hyundai Tucson diesel, has taken the proud spot on our driveway. So then now it's time for the long wait for the truck. Onto the truck it goes. Just like that. So after all of the panic, quite evidently as you can see here, Sally the Scenic did return to live another day. It didn't go to the scrap heap, which in some ways is nice because this car isn't the greatest, but it does mean a little bit to us as a family because it's taken us around quite a lot of Europe over the past, crikey, 8 years. So it does have a bit of value to us, a bit more than just a Renault Scenic in brown diesel. But we were also kind of hoping it would be scrapped because this is a nice Renault Scenic to look at, but mechanically it's not the great. It's got a few little niggles, and it's just stuff like that when we actually come to sell the car is going to depreciate it quite a lot more than other Renault Scenics, let's say. So we were hoping that it would be a write-off and we'd get market value, and the market value book price would be a lot more than if we were to sell it privately and the repair had been done. But no, it wasn't a write-off at all, which in my opinion is complete madness, because our courtesy car, the Hyundai Tucson alone, was £2,000. Yes, that's right. We had it for exactly a month. So it arrived on the 22nd of December of 2021, and it went today on the 22nd of January 2022. Now, luckily, we haven't paid any money towards that car. Only a £1 deposit, which we are getting back, which is quite funny. But yeah, it is £2,000 that the insurance have had to pay. Now, £2,000 is roughly the value of this car. So if the insurance company would have looked at how much the courtesy car would have been, £2,000, they would have gone, right, that's a write-off straight away. But no, they went ahead with it. So as well as the £2,000 rental car, which the insurance companies had to pay for through Enterprise, they've also had to pay for the repairs, which I don't know how much they are, how much they were, but I'm going to take a guess, probably around 1,500 quid, because there's a massive delay in getting car parts at the moment. So that's about £3,500 already on a car that's worth just over £2,000. That's complete madness. So if you're not aware of the damage already that was done, I can recommend have a look at the previous video where I explain everything thoroughly. But in this video, I'm going to show you what has been done, okay? New parts, and they're very shiny. Let me show you. So the first thing you notice, the first thing to eye, is the new rear bumper. Now I was kind of hoping that if the car would return, it would return with a brand new gleaming bumper, and it has, which I'm really happy about, because the old one was A, really scuffed, and B, it was really faded, and you end up putting back to black on it, or blackener stuff on, and doing that every 2 to 3 weeks. And to be honest, I can't be arsed, quite literally. So I'm glad this has been done, because it makes the car look a lot newer than it is. It's a 2010 car, so it's 12 years old in April time, and it now looks a lot newer, which is good when we come to sell it. Which, I don't know, could be soon, could be in the distant future, not too sure, but it does look really quite nice. It's black again. It's black. fantastic. It looks really good. Now it's got a new fog light with it as well, and also a new reversing light on the left-hand side, and that's good because the old reversing light was actually only held on by one screw because of another little bump we must have had in previous times. So that's all been fixed now. I think they've actually taken the parking sensor module thing out of the old bumper and put it in the new one, and that's to prevent calibration, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure, but they look like the old ones to me. But the bumper is new. But that's not the main thing, because that wasn't where the main damage was. The main damage was the impact bar. And now you get to watch me crawl underneath the car again. Yes, YouTube, it's very glamorous. Full on vlog style now. Got to get on the floor in my nice brand new Smurf blue coat. That's not very good. Under we go. Well, 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 if you look at that, the brand new impact bar, very hard to film, it is extremely hard, but you can see there, in that corner there, fresh welds. Aren't they pretty? In fact, I kind of want to touch them, just to sort of please myself. Oh yes, that's nice actually. So brand new impact bar with no corrosion. You definitely tell it's brand new. So yeah, that's job well done actually, and no massive kink in there anymore, which means that if there was ever another rear end incident, God forbid, we'll be pretty safe. Drop the Renault key card on the floor. Oh, good job I found that. So yeah, the Scenic is looking really good. Or is it? Because if I come over here and grab the tripod in a very professional fashion, wish I had a cameraman today, and I carry you, oh, you're flying now, need a drone. Here is a scuff, and that scuff wasn't here beforehand, I believe, because I washed the car just before I went, briefly, and that wasn't there, and now it is. So I'm guessing that was done either in transit on the lorry, unlikely, or it's happened in the garage, or, most likely, because the garage gave us a full wash, which is very kind of them. They've also got some grit on there or something and it scuffed it, but to be honest, we can probably live with that because there's plenty of scuffs all over it anyway, so yeah, we're a bit too forgiving in this family. But there we go, we can live with that, to be honest, because it's looking really nice. It saves me a job washing it, because look at that, look at the shine the car's got now, and the wheels as well. I can show you this side easier because there's more light, but look at that, car's looking great. So with the Scenic coming home as of yesterday, Friday the 21st of January, the Tucson had to go. The Tucson went back to Enterprise this morning, and I've got some footage I'll show you in a minute. And it was quite sad actually. I know my mum especially, who was daily driving that car getting to work and back while this was gone, because this is her car really, she really liked that car, she liked it. But when she got back into this car, she realised this was probably a bit more comfortable in terms of you sit lower and it's a bit more relaxed. The Tucson, you sat very high up, and the ledge in between the seat and the actual road, there's quite a lot of it, so you have to take a big step in. And for somebody like my mum, who's going to watch this and probably be really angry, she's got tiny legs, so she would struggle with a really big car like that to live with. So yeah, the Tucson went back. It will live on Daniel Drive's videos, because I've done a review on it, and you can check that out if you go on the channel, or if I remember in the edit, in the top right corner, which I think's up there, but I might be wrong. I always get that wrong. Not this time, Daniel. But there we go. Roll the clip from this morning when the Tucson went back to Enterprise. You've got to look at this. We've got all of the cars together. So we've got Sally the Scenic, which is now back and looking really shiny. We've got the Hyundai Tucson, which is going back today, ironically exactly a month after it arrived here. And little Paolo over there, zoom in. Hey, little Paolo the Panda, looking absolutely minuscule next to the massive Tucson there. And actually, having the Scenic back has made me realise how small it is as well. The Scenic, small, compared to that massive blue thing. Seriously, it's actually quite a small car. So what I need to do now is basically gut the Tucson. Because it's going back, I need to get everything that's ours out, because otherwise we lose it.
Monday to Thursday nights from 7 on Radio 2. Listen live on BBC Sounds. I'm retired, so I wake up at reasonable, 8, 9.
And one more thing, this car being a bit of a diesel, a bit of a dirty diesel especially, it's been stood still for about a month, so it is running a bit rich, let's say. It is quite smoky from the rear end. I wonder if I can show you. So I'll start up on camera. Let's climb aboard. You get to hear the wonderful clatter of the diesel engine. Trust me, it's not wonderful. 105,000 miles already. Can't believe it. There we go. How smoky is that? That's not bad at all. Yeah, that's not bad actually. Let's give it a few cheeky revs. I'll turn the radio off as well, that might help. I'm pressing the brake. Not bad actually. When I started it yesterday for the first time in a while, it was really smoky, trust me. But anyway, that is it for this episode of Daniel Drives. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe because it helps a massive amount. You can open the boot and take a seat because it's nice. And remember, you can follow me on social media as well, at DanielCars05. And I will see you in a future video. Farewell.